Welcome back to Reddit Tales. In today's story, we follow a guy who paid for his girlfriend's entire lifestyle until she told him he was replaceable. As you listen, notice the moment where you think he should have drawn the line. I am sitting in my new living room right now. It is quiet. There is no reality TV blasting at full volume, no pile of shopping bags in the hallway, no tension thick enough to choke on. For the first time in 3 years, my bank account is growing instead of shrinking. My resting heart rate has dropped. I finally feel calm. But to explain how I got here and the nuclear-level decision I made to get this peace, you have to understand the dynamic between me, 29, and my ex. Let us call her Vanessa, 27. I am a software engineer. I do well. I am not buying private jets, but I do not worry about the price of groceries. I grew up with nothing, so financial security is my love language. When I love someone, I want to make their life easier. I want to take weight off their shoulders. Vanessa was decorative. That sounds harsh, but looking back, that is how she saw herself. She was an aspiring lifestyle influencer, which in practice meant she posted photos of the dinners I bought, the vacations I paid for, and the apartment I rented, all captioned with things like boss babe and self-made. I did not mind at first. I loved her. She was charismatic, stunning, and when things were good, she made me feel like the king of the world. I fell into the provider trap. I took pride in paying for everything. I covered the rent on our luxury 2-bedroom downtown. I put her on my premium health insurance because she had none. When her old Honda died, I did not help her fix it. I leased a brand new Mercedes C-Class because she said she needed it for her image. Crucially, the lease was in my name because her credit score was in the low 500s. I added her as an authorized driver. I added her to my phone plan. Unlimited everything. I gave her a supplementary credit card for emergencies and household expenses. For 2 years, household expenses slowly turned into wardrobe and spa expenses. Whenever I brought it up, she spun it back on me. You know I am building a brand. You have to spend money to make money. Why are you being so cheap? You make plenty. If I pushed back, she would go cold, withhold affection, make me feel like a miser clipping the wings of a beautiful butterfly. So like an idiot, I apologized. I smoothed it over. I paid the bill. This is how you train someone to treat your effort as disposable. I taught her that her presence was worth more than my labor. The shift from ungrateful to openly hostile happened about 6 months ago. She stopped saying thank you. She started criticizing my job. It is so boring, you just stare at screens all day. She mocked my clothes. You dress like a dad. She started treating me less like a partner and more like an underperforming employee. The breaking point was last Tuesday. I had just come off a brutal 60-hour week. I was exhausted. I walked into the apartment and tripped over a stack of boxes in the entryway. Designer boots, 4 pairs. My phone buzzed with a notification. A $3,200 charge on the supplementary card. I walked into the living room. Vanessa was on the couch, face mask on, scrolling through TikTok. She did not look up. Hey, I said, trying to keep my voice even. What is with the boots? We talked about the credit card limit, she sighed. A long, heavy sigh, like I was a child asking for something unreasonable. They were on sale, and I need them for the Aspen trip next month. We are not going to Aspen, Vanessa. I am working. No, you are working, she said. I am going with Sarah and the girls. You are paying for the Airbnb. Remember, we discussed this. We had not discussed it. I am not paying for you and your friends to go to Aspen while I work to pay off your boots, I said. It was the first time in months I had put my foot down that clearly. The air changed. She sat up and peeled off the face mask. Her eyes went cold. This was not pouty Vanessa. This was something darker. Excuse me, she said. You heard me. The spending stops. The trips stop. You need to contribute, Vanessa. I am not an ATM. If you want to go to Aspen, get a job and pay for it. She laughed. A dry, humorless sound. She stood and walked over, stopping just inside my personal space. She looked me up and down with open pity. You really do not get it, do you? She said softly. Get what? I asked. You think because you pay the bills you have the power here. She shook her head and smirked. Money is the easy part. Any boring guy with a degree can make money. But this, she gestured to herself, her face and body, this is rare. You are lucky to even be in the room with me. My friends ask me all the time why I am with you. You are boring. You are too safe. You are average. I stood there. My blood boiled, but on the surface I went very still. Sometimes the moment you finally see someone clearly is not during cheating, but during disrespect. She took my silence as surrender. She stepped closer, poked me in the chest with a manicured nail, and said it. Let us be honest, Mark. You need me more than I need you. I bring the status. I bring the life. You just pay for the ticket, so if you do not behave properly, I will replace you. She let that sit in the air. There are 10 guys in my DMs right now who would kill to pay for that Aspen trip, she added. Remember that next time you want to lecture me about boots. I stared at her. I waited to feel the urge to argue, to list everything I had done for her. It did not come. Instead, a strange calm came over me. It felt like someone flipped a switch inside my head. The love did not slowly fade. It evaporated. The attraction did not weaken. It turned to dust. I no longer saw my girlfriend. I saw a liability, a bad investment, a squatter. She smirked, patted my cheek, and turned back to the couch. I am ordering sushi, she said over her shoulder. Do not worry, I will put it on the card. Okay, I said. My voice was flat. I walked past her into the bedroom and closed the door. I did not sleep. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, listening to her laugh on the phone with her friends in the other room. She was probably telling them how she put me in my place, how she secured the Aspen trip, how I was wrapped around her finger. She had told me she could replace me. She had stated clearly that this was a transaction. I pay. She gives me the privilege of her company. Okay, I thought. If it is a transaction, I can end the contract. I waited until 2 in the morning when I knew she was asleep. I went to the living room. Her purse was on the counter. I opened it and took the spare key to the Mercedes, the car I paid $780 a month for. I put it in my pocket. Then I sat at my laptop and opened a spreadsheet. I did not do this out of rage. I did it with the cold focus of someone finally done lying to himself. I listed everything in her life that ran through my name. The car, the health insurance, the phone, the apartment lease, the authorized user credit cards, the Netflix, the Spotify, the Amazon Prime. She said I needed her. She said she could replace me. I decided to give her the space to prove it. I wrote to-do list for the morning. It was going to be a busy day. I left the apartment at 6:30. Vanessa rarely woke before 10, especially after staying up late scrolling. I showered in the guest bathroom, put on my best suit, and packed a duffel bag with essentials. Laptop, important documents, passport, a week of clothes. I went down to the parking garage. My modest sedan sat next to the white Mercedes I had leased for her. It looked perfect under the fluorescent lights. I unlocked the Mercedes with the spare key and got in. It smelled like her perfume and entitlement. I did not steal it. You cannot steal your own car. My name was on the lease. I drove it across town to my office building, which has secure underground parking. I parked it in a corner on the lowest level, locked it, and walked away. Step 1 complete. Asset secured. I went to a coffee shop near my office, ordered a black coffee, and opened my laptop. It was 7:15. The administrative reset began. First, the credit cards. I logged into my Amex portal. Authorized user Vanessa. Remove card holder. Confirm. Status canceled. I did the same for the Visa. Next, digital subscriptions. I changed the Netflix password, which logged out all devices. Then Spotify, Hulu, Amazon Prime, petty, maybe. But she had said she brought the life and I only paid for it. Now she could fund her own background noise. Then the phone. I logged into the carrier account. I did not cancel her line yet. I selected suspend service for her device. Reason, device lost or stolen, effective immediately. Finally, the big one. The apartment. I waited until 9 when the leasing office opened. I went in and sat with the property manager, Brenda. She had seen me pay rent on time for 2 years. "Hey, Mark, everything okay?" she asked. "I need to break the lease," I said. She looked surprised. "You have 6 months left. The penalty is 2 months' rent plus loss of your deposit." 2 months' rent was $6,400. A lot. But compared to the cost of staying with someone who despised me, it was a bargain. "I will write the check now," I said. "I am moving out today. I also understand Vanessa is still in the unit. I am taking my name off the renewal. Since I am the only one who meets the 3 times income requirement, I am guessing she will have to reapply or vacate in 30 days. Brenda paused. She knew Vanessa. She knew Vanessa did not have a job. "Yeah," she said. "If you come off, she has to qualify by herself. If she cannot, we issue notice to vacate. Are you sure you want to do this?" "I have never been more sure." I wrote the check, signed the papers. Just like that, I was technically homeless, $6,400 poorer and completely free. I went to my office, turned off my phone, and worked. I coded 3 hours straight without any texts asking me to send money for juice cleanses. Around 11:45, I turned my phone back on. The screen lit up with missed calls and messages. 14 missed calls, 22 texts, all from Vanessa. I did not open them all. The previews told the story. 10:15. "Where is the car? Did you take it to get washed?" 10:20. "Mark, answer me. The car is stolen. I am calling the police." 10:30. "Why is my card declined? I am at Starbucks and it is embarrassing." 10:45. "My phone is not making calls. I am on Wi-Fi. What is happening?" 11. "If you are doing this because of what I said last night, you are psychotic." Then my phone rang again. Unknown number. I knew it was her using someone else's phone. "Probably Sarah's," I answered. "Hello." "Are you insane?" she practically screamed. "Where is my car? Why is my phone off? My card is not working. I am standing here with Sarah and I look like an idiot." "Calm down," I said, my voice low. "Do not tell me to calm down. You stole my car." "I am calling the cops." "It is not your car, Vanessa. It is my car. My name is on the lease. I moved it. It is safe." Silence. "You took the car," she said. "How am I supposed to get to my nail appointment?" "Take an Uber," I said. "Oh wait, you cannot. The credit cards are canceled too." "You canceled the cards," she said, her voice shaking. "This is not funny. You are punishing me. This is abuse. You cannot just cut me off. I have needs." "You have needs," I repeated. "I thought you said I needed you." "I was mad," she said quickly. "I did not mean it like that. You were very specific, Vanessa. You said, let us be honest, you need me more than I need you. You said you bring the status and I just pay for the ticket. You also said that if I did not behave properly, you would replace me. Do you remember that?" "Mark, please. I am sorry, okay? Just turn the phone back on. I need to call my mom. I need to go to the appointment. Stop being dramatic." She still thought this was a tantrum. She thought she could ride it out. "I am not being dramatic, Vanessa. I am accepting your terms. You said I was holding you back. You said you were rare. You said there were 10 guys in your DMs who would kill to pay for Aspen. I decided to give you a chance to meet them." "Where are you? When are you coming home?" she asked, voice cracking. "I am not coming home," I said. "I went to the leasing office this morning. I paid the lease break fee. I am off the contract. You have 30 days to sign a new lease in your name or vacate. Brenda will be posting the notice on the door." "What?" she whispered. "I cannot afford the rent. It is $3,200 a month." "I know," I said. "But you said you did not need me. Surely a woman of your status does not need a boring, average guy to pay her rent." "You cannot do this to me," she yelled. "You cannot leave me with nothing. What am I supposed to do?" I looked out my office window. The city looked bright. My chest felt light. "You told me you would replace me," I said. "I am just giving you a head start. Find your replacement, Vanessa." I hung up. Then I blocked the number. I blocked Sarah's number. I blocked Vanessa on Instagram, TikTok, and email. I stared at the phone, waiting for guilt. It did not come. The silence that followed was probably the most expensive thing I have ever bought. It was worth every cent. I spent the next 2 weeks in a long-stay hotel while I looked for a new place. I expected to feel lonely. I expected to miss her. Instead, I felt like I had taken off a backpack full of bricks I did not know I was wearing. My phone battery lasted all day. My credit card statement was calm. I slept 8 hours a night. The storm was not over, though. 2 days after the breakup, the first flying monkey arrived. A text from Sarah, her best friend and main cheerleader. "Wow, you left her with nothing. She is at her parents' house crying. You are a narcissist and a financial abuser. How can you sleep at night knowing you ruined her life?" I read it while eating a steak dinner I had paid for with money that used to go to hair extensions. I did not get angry. I just replied with facts. "I did not ruin her life," I wrote. "I just stopped paying for it. She told me she could replace me because I was just a wallet. I am letting her prove it." "She cannot pay that rent alone. You know that," Sarah replied. "Then maybe she should not have bitten the hand that was signing the checks." "Good luck, Sarah." I blocked her too. Over the next few months, the story trickled back through mutual friends. The 10 guys in her DMs were exactly what I thought. They wanted to sleep with her, not pay a $3,200 lease. When she reached out for help, they disappeared. The older men she hoped would act as sponsors were not interested in a 27-year-old with debt and drama. They wanted someone younger and less complicated. She could not qualify for the apartment alone. She was evicted after 30 days and moved back in with her parents in the suburbs. Her social media went quiet. It is hard to post luxury life content from your childhood bedroom. Meanwhile, I grew. I took the $4,000 a month I was no longer burning and invested it. I hit the gym, not to impress anyone, but to rebuild myself. I reconnected with friends she did not like. I started dating again slowly. I met a woman named Alina. She is a nurse. On our first date, she reached for the check. I paid, but the gesture alone healed something in me. 6 months later, I ran into Vanessa. It was a Sunday. I was at an upscale grocery store picking up wine for a dinner party I was hosting. I turned into the pasta aisle and there she was. She still looked beautiful. Genetics do not vanish. But the shine was gone. Her hair was not done. No designer boots. Just simple sneakers. She looked tired. She held a basket with a frozen dinner and a cheap bottle of wine. She saw me and froze, then straightened her posture and fixed her hair. "Mark," she said, trying to sound surprised and happy. "Hey, Vanessa," I said. My voice was calm. My heart rate did not move. "Wow," she said, looking me up and down. I was fitter than before. "You look really good." "Thanks. Life has been good," I said. She shifted her weight and gave me the look that used to make me back down. "I miss you, you know," she said. "I have been thinking about us. I know I said some crazy things." I was stressed. I realized I took you for granted. The guys out there, they are trash. They do not treat me like you did. She stepped closer and touched my arm. "Maybe we could get coffee," she said. "Catch up. I have grown a lot." I looked at her hand, then at her eyes. I saw the math. She did not miss me. She missed the car, the apartment, the safety. She had tried to sell me. The market had answered. Now she wanted the safe investment back. I gently stepped back, breaking her touch. "I do not think that is a good idea, Vanessa," I said. Her face fell. "Why, you are still mad." "Come on, Mark. You know we were good together. You need someone who challenges you." I laughed once quietly. "That is the thing," I said. "You were right that night. You said I needed you." Her eyes brightened. "See, I knew it," she said. "I needed you to show me exactly what I should never accept," I said. "You taught me that my value is not just my wallet. Once I learned that, I realized I did not need you at all." Her smile disappeared. "I found a replacement," I said, gesturing at my life, my peace, my plans. "And she does not cost me my self-respect." I picked up the bottle of wine I needed from the shelf next to her. "Good luck with the brand," I said. I walked toward the checkout. I did not look back. I knew exactly what I would see. Someone who had traded something solid for a fantasy and was now stuck trying to act like she did not regret it. I paid for my groceries and walked out into the sun. Now, some lessons from this story. Lesson 1. If someone tells you to your face that you are replaceable, believe them, and believe what it means about how they value you. Lesson 2. Being honest about using someone does not make it less abusive. Calling it your needs does not erase the exploitation. Lesson 3. If everything in your partner's life is tied to your name, you are not just dating, you are sponsoring. That is a power you should use carefully and never against yourself. Lesson 4. You are allowed to stop paying for a lifestyle that is built on disrespect. Walking away from that is self-protection, not cruelty. Lesson 5. Real partners might appreciate generosity, but they do not treat your wallet as your only worth. They bring effort, care, and contribution of their own. Lesson 6. Sometimes the real closure is not a big fight. It is a clean, quiet decision to cut off the benefits when someone has made it clear they do not value the person behind them. What about you? At what point in this story would you have drawn the line? Do you think he went too far with how he shut everything down, or was this the only way to make the boundary real? Share your thoughts in the comments.